Hi, my name is Christi Powell. I'm with 84 Lumber Company. I'm the WBE representative for the company, and we're going to tell you a little bit about what we do today. And we're also going to tell you about our Lead the Way program, where we're helping small businesses grow and get connected with some of our larger customers. I know we don't have locations in your area yet, but we do have 2 locations that we have purchased, 2 pieces of property. And obviously when the market comes down and it makes more sense to buy material and to get our store opened up, that'll be happening soon. We don't have a real good date for that yet, but as soon as we know something concrete, we'll definitely be letting the Livonia Chamber know and everybody in Michigan know as well. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about 84 Lumber Company today. 84 Lumber was founded in 1956, and they are the nation's leading privately held building materials and service supplier. Today, our company, with over $4.3 billion in annual sales, encompasses over 250 locations, 10 component plants, 27 EWP hubs, and 33 door shops nationwide, and we employ over 5,600 associates. We provide professional and individual service to each and every customer, and our installed sales number accounted for over $556 million in revenue in 2019. It's actually over $1 million in 2020. And with multifamily housing, we finished at over 157 million. So we are making big impacts in different areas. And I just want to explain some of the reasons why we pulled out of Michigan in the 2008 recession. At that point, when all the things changed, Mwbe actually pulled out a good number of dollars out of her own pocket to keep all of the employees employed when that happened. So obviously we were in a situation where we had to sell some stores and do all the things business-wise, but we've never let one employee go, which was amazing, because it speaks volume to the kind of company that we are, because every other lumber yard laid off a lot of people. So we just shut some stores down where we weren't, where we didn't have a big exposure. And hopefully now we're positioned a little bit better where we can open up locations very soon in Michigan. We actually would have done it if it hadn't been for COVID. How many conversations have you had like that? So a little bit about Mwbe. So we're women owned. We are the largest privately held lumber yard in the United States, and we're owned by a woman. So Mwbe actually oversees the day-to-day operations of all of our manufacturing facilities and our stores. She is amazing. She is somebody that I look up to. I've been in the industry for a long time, and I was in commercial sales, but just following her and seeing how much of a strong woman that she is, and her professionalism and her decisions that she makes every day to make our company grow is amazing. So she actually oversees everything that's going on. Joe Hardy actually owned the company. It was a small mom and pop shop back when we started in 1956. And in 1992, Mwbe took over the company for her dad. And she refocused her concentration on the professional market, where we were more of a homeowner, residential, small builder type. She in 1992 focused on the professional market. So one of our biggest concentrations right now is multifamily, and she was very instrumental in making sure that we did that, and we were doing a great job at it. Her decision at 84 brought us to over $1 billion in sales for the first time in 1993, $2 billion in 2002. And today, the company is the largest privately held building materials supplier in the United States. And like I said, we're a certified women-owned business. Mwbe strikes a delicate balance between maintaining the company's traditional approach to doing business, which is where we really care for people and for people's businesses, and adapting to meet ever-changing customer needs. So we are continually building vendor relationships so that we can purchase and get our customers anything that they need, even if we don't keep it in stock. We have excellent relationships. Her real training began at the early age when she accompanied her father on a lot of business outings. It wasn't unusual to find her 7-year-old self with her dad at the lumberyard, at the store, at grand openings, at board meetings, and her father built a very unique relationship during that time. Maggie assumed leadership of 84 Lumber when she was just 26, an age when most people are just getting out of college and starting their career. And even then, she was showing her business smarts and proving her toughness. She maintains those qualities today and continues to make new ways to make our industry stand out. One of the things I have to tell you about Maggie personally is I've never worked with any company where the owner loves people as much as she does. She loves her associates. She loves the communities. One of my job responsibilities is setting up WBE ambassadors. I actually have one behind me now. He's in the Patchogue store in New York, and that's where we're at this week. But what I love about our company is that Maggie loves people, and so part of my job is to teach the ambassadors to get involved in the community and to help others. So one of the big things we do is help our customers grow, right? So what is an 84 component plant? So we actually have trusses and floor trusses and roof trusses, wall panels in some of our locations. So those 84 component plants build roof trusses, build floor trusses. We have about 30 to 100 people in a plant, and our sales are directly to our stores or to our customer. And those manufacturing facilities are standalone away from our stores. What's an engineered wood hub? So we have plenty of those as well. That's engineered wood products, manufacturing centers that produce precision cut engineered products specifically to individual customer needs. Some of our locations have engineered wood saws on the yard where they're actually cutting per the specifications. So they're actually precision cut and labeled where each piece goes. When that happens, the framer at the job doesn't have a whole lot of homework to do, right? They get out there and they've got the blueprints and they've got everything cut the way it's supposed to go. It's kind of supposed to go together like a puzzle. We have about 3 to 20 associates in each of those engineered wood hubs, and those also sell directly to the 84 through the 84 stores or directly to the builder. And they are standalone operations, but some still are on our store property. A little bit about 84 Lumber and what we do in government sales and WBE. Because we're women owned, in 2011 we were certified as a woman owned business, and we were very involved in government sales. We have a large group of people who continually work on government sales and support our stores in that, but also we're helping our customers meet a need where there's diversity requirements. So one of the big important things that we found was Maggie's a very hard worker. She didn't want to get certified the way I understand it right away, because she felt like she wanted to get business just like I did when I started 25 years ago, because I was good at what I did. She was good at what she did, and she wanted people to be buying from her or to be using 84 Lumber because she ran the company well, she did a great job for her customers, and she was really good at what she did. In 2011, one of her largest customers came to her and said, Maggie, I really need you to get certified. We need WBE certification on this large project that we're doing. We really need it. And at that point, it made a lot of sense for Maggie to do whatever she needed to do to take care of her customers. And we still do that to this day. Being privately held, we're able to do a lot of things that public companies may or may not be able to do. So we're able to tailor to our customers just like that. Sure, you know, she got certified when her customer needed it. So why businesses work with MWBEs, they need to hit requirements or goals from private and public companies. When they meet these requirements that are on contracts for minority-owned businesses or women-owned businesses, they either get tax savings or they can't bid on the job if they don't have a woman-owned business or minority-owned business. So recently I had a customer who had a potential customer that had $1 million opportunity, and he had told me before we had ever talked that he lost that opportunity even though he put all the work into that bid, because when he went to them with his bid, he didn't have the participation needed. So he'd spent months on the bid, worked on the project, and when he handed it in to the GC threw it out because he didn't have any suppliers or subcontractors that were able to meet the MWBE requirements on the project. So it's really important. It's important to our customers. It's important to all the public enterprises. On the federal level, companies get tax breaks using minority and women-owned. Private companies are now setting huge goals. We have one customer that has a $175 million spend goal. And if their regional managers don't hit that, spending it with minorities and women, then they don't get a bonus for the year. So it's becoming more and more important. Companies may simply just want to pursue diversity, just like the customer I was just telling you about. Depending on businesses and their objectives, seeking out MWBEs to partner with can help reinforce their mission and values. So there's a little bit of information on that on this slide as well, and it's being recorded, so feel free to go back through it anytime you want to. So there are a lot of benefits to working with a minority-owned business, and some of them are simple that you would know about, some of them aren't. So besides the economic benefits, there are several tangible benefits. And an MBE can offer more adaptability. We have more flexibility and balance in comparison to non-MBE suppliers. MBE suppliers can offer cost-saving strategies due to diversity spend requirements and taking advantage of numerous federal and state tax incentives, tax breaks, and potential rebates. So the other thing that we do is we are very highly involved in government sales. So we work with a lot of government sales contractors who are constantly looking for WMBEs, and that's why I wanted to do this presentation today. We're building a database, and I'll talk to you a little bit more than that. But if you are a minority owned, or you are a woman owned, or you are a small business owned, or you are a veteran owned, please get in touch with us. We want to help you get connected with these customers that need that participation. If you are not certified yet, we would love to put on a workshop to help you get certified. If you just Google getting certified, it literally brings you up hundreds of opportunities, and it's very confusing. So we really want to help you guys get certified if that's something that's of interest to you. So this year, now more than ever, the new administration has noticed that women are never getting over the $1 million threshold of revenue. And so the government has set up this website, ascent.sba.gov, where you can go in and you can actually get free training, and this training is phenomenal. One of the ladies that I'm very good friends with, she just landed a $25 million contract for the next 5 years. And she did this training, but she had to pay for it. It wasn't free then. So it's very good training. She knows what she's doing. That doesn't happen overnight, obviously, getting that kind of a contract. But the fact that she had already been through this training told us it was really important for us to share it with the small businesses that we get in touch with every day. So what do we do as a government sales WBE department? So that's our niche. That's my department. That's what we do. We act as a support network for our store associates, and we help them find projects where they have an MWBE spend requirement. We introduce government agencies and large corporations to our subcontractors and the products and service that 84 Lumber Company offers. Our customers' base ranges from local governments to city, county, state, up to federal agencies and also private sector companies who have a commitment to supplier diversity. We serve contractors who are performing services for the government. And additionally, we mitigate risk for our customer and 84 Lumber Company by monitoring compliance and contract adherence. That's one of the hardest things about learning the government ways, is just getting through those contracts. So we want to help you with that if you're a customer of ours. So the types of government agencies and customers are federal, military, state, county, local, service and supply contractors working under a government contract, and private sector corporations. So lots of opportunities for business. And as we're seeing with this new administration, the private companies, we're seeing less of those business opportunities and more of the public, because there's such a big demand for 20 million housing units in our country, right? That's just one of the many demands that there are. So how can our WBE designation help our customers? So touched on a little bit of that before, but many of our government and commercial customers are required to demonstrate good faith efforts. Not anymore. This has actually changed just this year. Good faith efforts are not good enough now. They want to see real, tangible minorities and women on every job. So just a good faith of trying to find it is not working everywhere anymore. It used to, that used to be big, but now that, you know, the country is focused on helping women and minorities, they're not really going with that good faith thing anymore. This is a component to the total solution that 84 Lumber provides to our customers and can often be the support of our customers to seal the deal. So obviously we want to help you in that, and we can help you grow in that. How do we work? We develop contract opportunities for all levels of the government, public, private industry as 84 Lumbers, and those connections happen. We drive government bids and non-traditional projects to the stores. We attend government and MWDBE networking events on a regular basis to stay engaged with agencies. We have great relationships with a lot of government agencies. We have great relationships with a lot of government contractors. We have excellent relationships, obviously, with our customers we've been doing business with for 30 years, who now have their own goals and requirements for MWBE spend. Our government sales and WBE departments will provide guidance on any potential opportunity. So we'll actually send you bid opportunities that we see. There's a lot of areas where we may be too big to qualify, and in that case, we hand those off to our partners, which would be the smaller businesses that we're hoping to meet through this presentation today. Our sales associates contact government sales and WBE with any and all contract and compliance questions. So we help our associates all over in 250 locations just work through any kind of challenge that they might have on contract and compliance. So just a few fun facts. In 2017, the government was the largest buyer of services on earth. So 3.98 trillion. 2017 spend on service and supplies was 394 billion. GSA spend was 22.5 billion. And we are now a GSA contractor. So we actually have a GSA contract, and we're actually doing business with the government now directly. So if there's anything we can do to help you in that arena, please let us know. Government-wide performance, 54.46% of prime contracts were awarded to small and diverse businesses in 2017, and it represents $191 billion. Additionally, 46.1% of all subcontracts where 84 Lumber typically resides were awarded to small and diverse businesses. This is also how we can help. Here's just a few examples. Net Lumber Company received a lumber contract of $13.5 million, invoiced over 1 year, 11 months in 2010. Texas A&M University spent $49.8 million in 2017 on an NCPA contract. Loudoun County Schools, Virginia purchased $5.38 million on NCPA in 2017. So these government and WBE opportunities are obviously very fruitful. Our WBE customers, these are just a few of them, who have diversity spend goals and requirements, are listed here: Messer, Mystic, Braun, Lane, EQT, Hard Rock, and the Washington, D.C. Anacostia Joint Base, and Chatham University. So corporations, government organizations, national builders, commercial builders, multi-family housing builders, and non-federal government funded jobs. That's just a few of them. It's getting bigger and bigger every day. So just a quick scenario. Last year, the MWBE participation rates were between 8 and 12%. This year, we're seeing 30, 25, 20, 50 in some places. There's a 50% MWBE spend on a project right now in the United States that's $80 million. So the GCs on those jobs are having a really hard time finding women and minorities and small businesses and veteran-owned businesses that are able to be certified and be able to use on these projects. So that's why it's super important for us. So everywhere you see a red dot here, the store locations, we have store locations. We have installed sales all over. As you can see, we're starting to move out west. We don't have, there's several states that we are not in, but most states we are. We have several divisions, and it just kind of gives you an idea where we're certified as well. You're going to see that map too. Just a second. All right, so these are the certifying agencies that we qualify for. Because of our size, we have 5,600 employees. We may or may not qualify in certain areas. These are all the areas that we qualify in. Obviously, we have a national certification, we have state, we have regional, county, and city certifications. Every contract is different. So we look at the contract and see, you know, where do we need certification? Can we get certification in this area? So if we haven't already tried to get certification in an area, we are happy to do that to help you out as well. But these are all the ones that we are currently certified with now. So this is the most exciting part of my presentation. And the reason it's exciting is because we're getting to help the community in big ways. So 84 Lumber started an initiative called 84 Lumber Leads the Way. And how we're doing that is we're building communities that care. So how do we lead the way? We're creating a culture in construction and community. So how are we doing that? So we are supporting and assisting MWBEs in communities where we have location. We are assisting them by connecting them with a seasoned sales associate. After a lot of conversations with women, minorities, veterans, small businesses, we found that there's a big gap between those people and the bigger contractors, where the bigger contractors are getting seasoned sales associates, 30-day pricing, you know, all the services. We saw a big disconnect in all the lumber yards in the United States, where the smaller businesses, the women-owned businesses, and the minorities were just not getting that type of service. So we are committed to hooking them up with seasoned sales associates. We are committed to helping with blueprint assistance and accessibility. Some of these really small contractors can't afford a $1,200 set of prints, right, to be able to bid on a big job. So we're providing the prints at the stores, and if needed, or we're assisting with them if they need assistance with them. And they can come into the stores and they can do their takeoffs, and they can submit their bids. And if they need help submitting their bids online, we help them with that as well. So we also assist in certification needs. I'm assuming some of you are already familiar in Michigan with the certification and what that means. But if you need help with that, we want to help guide you. We're just going to tell you the right people, the right places to go, and the right people to talk to, which is going to make your decision making shorter, the process easier, and that's really what we want to do to help you. We're assisting in connections. So the big thing that we're doing right now is we are building a database. We're building a database of all the small women, minority, veteran-owned, all the businesses that we are meeting, and we're putting them in a database. And when our customers call, which they call every single day, asking, do you have women-owned businesses in this area? Do you have minority-owned businesses in that area? Do you have people that you connect with here? Because we're getting ready to do a $40 million job here. And it's really saving our big customers a lot of time. Even our prospective customers are asking for our database, and we're sharing it with them. We want to be of value to everyone. So we feel like this is how we're going to lead the way. We're helping women, we're helping minorities, we're helping small businesses get connected. We're building a bridge so that we can introduce those people who are vetted. You know, they already have an account with us, so we can tell them that they're financially stable. Or if it's not something that we would set up an account for, we have our seasoned sales associate just have a relationship with them and let them know. You know, we make sure that we get to know them so that we can share that information with our customers who need their services in that area. So we also assist by procuring women and minority owned products and services. So we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. We bought $485 million worth of materials from small, minority, and women-owned businesses last year, and we have committed to increase that this year. We also partner on projects where there's capability and capacity. So we have a minority contractor in an area that can meet an 8% need in an area, and maybe we can meet the 12% or vice versa. We actually work with them together and help them be able to have the capability and capacity to do that job. Sometimes the smaller businesses they don't have that capital on hand, right? So we kind of like pull alongside, hold their hand, I guess you'd say, put our arm around them and just help them grow. You know, if they need a generator in a job, we'll buy a generator and just to help them really get going. If they're good at what they do and we know that they have the capability, then we're going to help them with the capacity. So we also work with large commercial contractors and just execute some community outreach through our subcontractors should we engage in an opportunity where there's a contract requirement. We can't do that in all areas, but we can do in some. So contacting our department, this slide has changed recently because we have a whole government sales team that are working together. So if you want to be included in that database, or you want to have some help in the arena where we are guiding you to get certified, or just answering your questions. Typically when I do this, it's not a webinar type style, but there's a lot of questions being asked. So as you are finding questions, please reach out to us. However, I have personally been bombarded because of this slide. So I'm going to tell you, please email leadtheway@84lumber.com. That is going to be the quickest way for you to be able to get through to us and us be able to get you included in the database. We're going to connect with you right away, and within 30 to 60 days, you're going to have somebody reach out to you and have a connection with you, talk to you, see what you do. And then even if you're not in the construction industry, we want you in this database. Our big builders that are doing big projects all over the United States, they want to know all of the people who are certified, who aren't certified, but still are capable of doing a job when they come to the area. So keep that in mind. A little bit about the market. I don't know how many of you on this call need to know more about the market information, but so I'll go through this fairly quickly, and it's obviously changing every day, as you all have seen as well. So our factors that are impacting the building material costs are across North America. There's been 1 billion less board feet total year to date from last year. Our only Southern Yellow Pine has shown an increase in production, and actually that's down now since last month. Canadian production is down 16%. Western US production is down 5%. The decrease in production would be the equivalent to 37,000 trucks of spruce lumber. That's a lot of trucks that were missing in production. So as COVID hit and more people went down, we couldn't recuperate all of those materials at the same time either. So it's just caused a bottleneck here where we are right now. So the recaps of some issues: our demand for material is still high. Rail car issues in Canada, fires in the West, hurricane impact, vendor data breaches are happening, COVID-related production issues, and getting people in. The demand coupled with production issues created a perfect storm. Disruptions could continue into the fall on many product categories, and our goal at this time is just to secure as much product as we can. Our customers and suppliers are in this together, so we are communicating every day on both sides. So our customers are communicating with us, we're communicating with them to help ease the anxiety. So we're kind of giving them a heads up. We're trying to keep everybody in front of what's going on instead of behind of what's going on. We don't want our customers hearing it in the news, right? Like if you're hearing it in the news, you're like 12 months behind. So we're trying to make sure that all those connections are being had and that all the lead times are also happening as well. So our outlook for 2021. We expect continued market volatility through 2021. Some people are saying that we're not going to see a big change until the end of 2022. So expect costs to remain at elevated levels. versus the 5-year averages. Expect to see some random shortages. Obviously, we've already seen that everywhere. You know, one week it's treated, one week it's panels. You just never know what's going to happen. Expect longer lead times on products than typical expectations. Don't expect any production capacity increases to occur this year. Expect dimensional lumber in Q4 and Q1 to be similar to Q2 and Q3 of 2020, and that was the hardest hit. We're anticipating the same thing for 2021, the rest of 2021 and 2022. OSB for Q4 and Q1 will average higher than normal in seasons, and you all know that if you've been in Lowe's and you've seen the OSB price, it's kind of off the charts. So OSB was off the charts and set new records each week. Most mill order files are out into November at this point. Many customers are looking at OSB alternatives. We don't expect OSB to drop until November. Actually, that was last year. So OSB is continuing to rise every single week. There are availability issues with MDI resin used in OSB. So we are seeing a huge glue shortage all over the United States. Part of that Texas resin plant that went down in that bad storm also affected us as well. Our supply chain risk mitigation and what 84 Lumber is doing. So we are helping our customers know what's going on in advance. We're letting our suppliers know that your projected starts as far as advanced and impossible. You can let us know that your projected starts as far in advance as possible. That helps us to prepare you better. It helps us to pre-buy. It helps us to know what's coming up so that we can be prepared for you, so that you're not walking into the store and finding out, oh my gosh, you know, they're not gonna have another truckload of lumber for a week. Be open to alternative products. We are introducing, that's why seasoned sales associates are so important to everyone. We are actually introducing other products for things that people are using every single day, just so that you have opportunities to tell your customer, hey, we don't have this, the country doesn't have that, but we have this. So we're trying to bring those in to you. So, and just being open to that, that's very helpful. You can communicate any changes in products, grades, brand far enough in advance so that we can get with the supplier and secure that product and have it in-house so that you're not waiting for us. And that's just about it today for our, I try to go through it as quickly as I can because I know that we're not actually we are not actually in Livonia right now. However, we do have a Mwbe. I'm trying to find the chat, so I apologize. We do have a Mwbe, Ohio plant. So if you ever need anything, please let us know. We are servicing Michigan in a big way, and from the Mwbe, Ohio plant. I have a great seasoned sales associate that would love to talk to you and find out more about you. He's also a WBE ambassador, and he's working with some very large customers in Michigan. So if he can make connections for you, he wants to. That's just what we do. So I don't see any questions in here, I don't think. Hold on a second. But I am here to answer questions. And yes, the email is leadtheway@84lumber.com, and you'll actually get a response back from that that's going to say, this is the information we need to put you in the database, and you'll be contacted shortly after. We really want to help you get certified. Our workshops are really set up to where we would love to get you plugged into why would I want to certify my business. There's such a need for minorities and women all over to meet that participation, that requirement, that goal that these customers are having, and we're seeing it bigger and bigger every day. This is something, these are conversations that are happening every day, and we want our customers and the people that we know in the areas where we have locations, we want them to know what to do first. We want them to be ahead of the game, right? So, you know, if you're not certified, why not? You know, we want to help you answer those questions. What would be good for you? What might not be good for you? So that you can make an educated decision for your business. That's the most important thing. looks like. If our company is already certified MBE, what's the next step? So next step is we definitely want to get you put in our database because our customers are constantly looking for minority-owned businesses that can meet goals and requirements that they have on jobs. So email Lead the Way. You're going to get an automated response asking for information. Get that information back to us as soon as you can so that we can start sharing your information. As we have customers that ask for participation, I just need to know where you're at. You know, you're going to get a list of things that I need that when our customers are calling that I can give your name out. I would personally like to talk to each and every person. Obviously there's only one of me, but if it's not me calling you, it's going to be one of those associates that are in the government sales team that understand what you need and how you need it. So definitely, we definitely want to help you. You're welcome. Thank you. Is your name Pamela? Let's see. Thank you very much for asking a question. Does anybody else have any questions? Really and truthfully, 84 Lumber is all about leading the way and helping small, minority, and women-owned businesses. At the end of the day, the reason we call that Lead the Way is we see that there is a disconnect between the construction industry and helping small women and minority-owned businesses grow. That is our focus, is helping you guys grow. That means partnering with you, great. Does that mean bringing you in as an installer for our installed sales team? Great. If that means just hooking you up with connections because you're an IT company or you're a company that doesn't do what we're doing, that's great too. We have a partner that does commercial roofing. We don't typically do a lot of commercial roofing, but now they're a customer of ours, and now we're actually searching out and finding big materials for jobs for them because we are one of the leading manufacturers and suppliers in the United States. We actually get a better price on the products that they've been buying because we're such a big company. 35% of our business is special order. I actually quoted 263 toilets not too long ago. We have a great relationship with Kohler. So I think everybody sees lumber and they think we just do lumber. We don't. We can do pretty much anything if it makes sense for you and it makes sense for our customer and it makes sense for us. So keep that in mind. We want to help you grow. Whatever we can do to help you grow, that's what our government sales team is here for. Making connections has been the biggest thing that I feel like we have been able to add value to, and just letting our customers know, hey, we know these friends in Livonia, or we know these friends in Maryland, or we know these friends in I never can say it right, Riverhead, New York. And we want to introduce you to them because we know that they do a great job. They either have an account with us or they don't have an account with us, but we're doing this all over the United States. So if you have a business anywhere, I just need to know where you're able to do work. That's going to be in our database. And when somebody from Ohio calls, we're going to send all those Ohio people that can do business in Ohio, to our customer in Ohio that has a project in Ohio. So I hope that makes sense. I got another question. We are able to do business in Ohio until Michigan is done. We're full. Okay, great. So yeah, definitely. We have opportunities to make introductions all over the United States. So we want to help you with that. Thank you everybody for your time. This has actually been recorded. So please feel free to share it with your friends and family and let them know what 84 Lumber is doing for the communities all over the United States. And we want to lead the way. And we're hoping that as a lumber yard with our platform that we're gonna make a big impact, and all the other construction industries are also gonna have to do the same thing, and the suppliers. Thank you again, and everybody have a great day, and I hope you have a prosperous 2021.